Stephen Shields Radio Show.
Yeah, g'day everyone and welcome to the Stephen Shields Radio Show tonight. I'm unable to do the live audio on Rumble because the internet's down a bit. But as you guys know about Cyclone Alfred that's been going around. Now, this cyclone apparently just came out of the blue, and basically it's like this. I've never expected in Australia for Cyclone Alfred to happen. I mean, Australia's had cyclones in the past quite a lot with Cyclone Tracy, and this is going up in Queensland, North Queensland, Gold Coast, all the way down to Lismore, Byron Bay. And it's quite sad because when the floods happened in 2022, remember when the floods happened in 2022, I think it was sort of poor planning from people. And then, is it true that people didn't take these floods seriously? Now, you look back on how much natural disasters have happened in Australia for years on end. Now, people have lost their houses because of Cyclone Alfred. Okay. At least the state government and Anthony Albanese's been wanting to go and help people and try and clean up the mess and telling people to prepare for these floods around Lismore, because these are affecting small businesses as well. You look at Redcliffe in Queensland, the Dolphins, it was the Dolphins and the Rabbitohs. I think Brisbane and the Sydney Roosters moved down to New South Wales because it's affected all the Gabba, Suncorp Stadium up in Queensland, especially. I don't understand why you get some idiots up in Byron Bay. They decide, they want to go and have a surf when it's cyclone weather. That's just quite stupid in general. Yeah, a lot's been happening with these flooding that's going on. You've got the Australian Defence Force that's come out and helped people. There was some army trucks that had an accident, and it's just been chaos actually. How Cyclone Alfred has really caused a lot of destruction in Australia. Like, there was some idiot too who decided to go and shower naked in the middle of a cyclone, which is quite stupid. I don't understand why people are deciding to play around the walls and all that. So it's definitely affected a lot of stuff, wildlife as well, and things like that. All Lismore is all flooded. You look up at Lismore, I'm looking up photos now on the news, how much this has wrecked power lines, hurt the environment. Animals have been affected as well by the floods in Byron Bay. So people were told to stay indoors because it's common sense that you stay indoors and you don't go and do stupid things in a cyclone. I can't believe someone would want to shower or bathe naked. Like, come on. People, how dumb can people get in this situation here? I guess when I first started hearing about the Cyclone Alfred, schools were, public transport as well were all shut down, and a lot of sporting events up in Queensland, especially the Gold Coast. You got all those nice poshy apartments too. That is happening now. Mother Nature, of course, can just destroy anything. Doesn't matter how strongly it's been built. Okay. It's something to, to respect it, of course, because a lot of warnings, I guess, have been given out, and I hope things can be cleaned up, because this has damaged so much power lines and a lot of environment, and small businesses too have had to prepare with sandbags. It's weird. You get like Lismore up to Pottsville, going up the Gold Coast to Brisbane, and then go all the way up to Toowoomba. This thing can go. How it's always flooding up there. Always floods. And how Australia can just get so much darn rain and winds like this in such a short amount of time is crazy. Yeah, so it's important that I guess things can get solved because of what it does to everything out there. This cyclone has done. I think overnight as well, they gone down a category, but just goes to show how apparently this is bigger than was it Cyclone Yassi that happened. And you look at all the damage of infrastructure now and all the roads that it's damaged. So this is going to be a lot of cleanup work. From the SES. Now, it's important not to get politics involved in a natural disaster, because I cannot stand it when it becomes a political issue. Like how the floods were managed, the bushfires were managed in 2019, 2020. But just looking at photos of all the... some people lost their houses. Queensland's actually had cyclones for at least 40 years, they have. 40 years they've been suffering from cyclones and the problems they have. Okay. So I thought I would do this show tonight, and I'll keep you updated on Cyclone Alfred. Because you can see how it affected the NRL. The Brisbane players on Thursday night had to get on a quick charter flight from, I think it was from Bankstown up to Toowoomba, and then from Toowoomba to Brisbane on a bus, and they were getting home at about 1:30 at night, 1:30 in the morning. Some players opted to stand themselves down. They wanted to stay back and help their families, which is understandable. That's fair enough. Because it did affect the Dolphins up in Redcliffe as well. But speaking of Thursday's game with Brisbane Broncos and the Sydney Roosters, Brisbane just played fantastic. They really dominated. Reece Walsh played great footy as well. You could see why Reece Walsh is the star player. If you could have Reece Walsh in your fantasy team, he's worth it. Because I guarantee he's going to be selected for Origin this year. Now, yesterday I went to the West Tigers versus Newcastle Knights in Campbelltown Stadium because I just needed to get out of the house for a change. And, yeah, I thought it was great. It's interesting. With the West Tigers, they've got Jerome Luai in the squad now. It's good. I saw West Tigers, they've improved their footy since Jerome Luai came into the squad. But the West Tigers at Campbelltown Stadium, they don't get like a full packed out crowd, say like Belmore or up at Cogra. It's a nice stadium, Campbelltown. The West Tigers, I've said, they need to be moved. They should have all their home games in Campbelltown because it's a good little stadium to be there. West Tigers, I believe, deserve to have a chance under Benji Marshall. I know they've gone through years of struggle, maybe with salary cap issues going on. But, no, look, it was great. It was a nice little atmosphere. It wasn't the biggest crowd. There was some Newcastle Knights supporters as well that turned up. And good on them. Good on the Newcastle supporters for showing. I'm just drinking a cup of green tea. Good on the Newcastle Knights supporters for showing support for their club. And sticking, even West Tigers, it's good to see the West Tigers fans. It's hard when your team's going through a shit season. Like Bulldogs had it too, had a rough patch. But yeah, maybe because it didn't get a full crowd capacity because of the floods. That can happen. I know. Was it Allianz Stadium didn't get a full crowd, or Combank either. But hopefully we see a great footy season this year. The game flowed. I felt yesterday's game was flowing well. There was a couple of penalties the West Tigers fans were not happy about. So that's... but Thursday and Friday night's game really flowed well. The ref, I know, didn't try to spoil it for everyone and blowing silly penalties, although you do question some things. Ben Hunt plays for Brisbane Broncos and he got hit. And a player from, I think, was it the Roosters, just made a clean tackle after he kicked the ball and the ref put him on the report. Andrew Johns on the television was not happy with the call, of course. And yeah, no, look, I did comment about the last 2 seasons of NRL and how, remember the problems with the hip drop tackles and 6 agains and sin bins. The NRL was having problems with sin bin. I think a player did get sent off to the sin bin. Was he faking an injury or diving? Or I know the NRL cracked down on stuff. So that's there's nothing worse as a new player. You get your NRL debut and you get sent off to a sin bin. It'll be interesting to see how Canterbury Bulldogs perform this year without Josh Addo-Carr. Josh Addo-Carr, as you know, plays for Parramatta Eels. That was up to Canterbury. That was Canterbury's decision to do that. Was a star player, so we'll see how the Bulldogs cope. But Penrith Panthers did very well in Las Vegas too. It was good to see the game moving overseas. Actually, it really was, in my opinion. Although some of the American audience got what they call footy fatigue, so next year, 2026, they're looking to cut it back to, say, three games instead of 4. Because was it true that 4 was just too much? At the moment, as you know, the score, the Bulldogs beat the Dragons today, 28-10. So good on Bulldogs for the first win. And should see some great footy this year. Obviously, if you're playing fantasy football, have a go at that, because you never know where you can go. Question was about the Roosters. If the Roosters have got some star players that are out, and they may... I know Chad Townsend plays for Sydney Roosters now. He was playing for North Queensland Cowboys before. So Chad Townsend, I think he's coming up toward the end of his career. But wait and see if the Roosters can bounce back from this, if they can make a comeback as well. Dominic Young did quite well, actually. He showed he wanted to play some good footy. And Jerome Luai too, yesterday with the West Tigers. He showed that he was hungry to win. So whenever you have a premiership winner in your club from Penrith, they've definitely got the grand final experience. As well. Yeah, so I thought it would just be a short episode tonight, as I'm recording this. I couldn't get live in Rumble. For some reason, the internet is down. But I'll keep you updated about Cyclone Alfred as well and what's going on. Such a devastating tragedy in Australia. Queensland, is always having problems with floods and natural disaster. Australia has problems with natural disasters as well. But it just gets frustrating whenever it just starts getting all political and it becomes the blame game. Now, Anthony Albanese has still got to announce the next federal election, and obviously they have the budget to do as well. But that's just how it is as well. It really is how it is. Just a lot's been happening, when something unexpected like this occurs, and how much it can ruin everything, public transport, sporting events, etc., etc. You do definitely feel that, wherever you are, and if you have a roof over your head, and it just goes to show that, how Mother Nature can just destroy things and ruin everything for everyone. So I thought, I'm going to leave it there for today, guys. Just a short episode. Hope you're all well. Take care and have a good night. And bye for now.